swap a bed, I just keep it going. I'm kinda like I'm reading orders. Deadpool, got a fight and it full of high hopes. Look at my flow, DLM, man, keep it liquid, it's never not so. Hold up like, whoa, talking about slippers, bro, I don't even know that hoe. Easy in this pizza, they get fees, a little bacon, start the vault until the cheese is done. Fools are paying me like I don't even go to beaches, rather be here on the feet or something. Best believe it's decent, wavy man, I see secret chillin' in the deep end. Every week and weekend, see me, you can depend on it, cause I mean it. Coming up, you can even find a way to flood it up. You done enough, 10% stimulate and run it up. Point system, looking like a flying where they won't miss a solid contribution. Could've pointed out enough. I met up with Matt, had a really good chat. He's telling me bet up your army does laps. That orbit has set. This meteor's heading when no one's expecting it. We watching it happen, ayy. In a pool of Meteora, watch me swim, swap a bed, I just keep it going. I'm kinda like I'm reading orders. Deadpool, got a fight and it full of high hopes. Look at my flow, DLM, man, keep it liquid, it's never not so. Hold up like, whoa, talking about slippers, bro, I don't even know that hoe. Easy in this pizza, they get keys, a little bacon, start the vault until the cheese is done. Fools paying me like I don't even go to beaches, never be here on the beach.
GMet.
GMet.
What's up, guys? Are we gonna have all 5 of us here the entire time? Let's go.
Whatever, sure, let's do it.
Welcome everybody to the community call on the 27th of March. Last one of Q1, I think. And it's gonna be a pretty exciting one. So thanks to everyone for tuning in. Thanks to all of our amazing speakers on stage. There's 5 of us today and much more joining, and a few more joining later. But yes, kick it right off. I came out from celebrating my brother-in-law's birthday like 5 minutes ago, so I'm gonna try to do this. Let's go. Yeah, gonna quickly go through the agenda this week. I think first off, we're gonna kick off with like our normal section, like wins of the week. After that, we're gonna talk a bit about our conversations over the past few weeks, where we talked about the future of Meteora. And then Zen and Mia and I will share a lot about like Meteora's next phase, or the time to build, as we call it. So let's go. Quickly, wins of the week. Over 3,000 active LPs in the Meteora LP Army Discord. Big shout out to Mario, Alex, and other LP Army mods for growing the LP Army Discord. In case you're not aware, the LP Army Discord is where you should be to find out, to learn more about strategies, about community tools, and other stuff related to DLMMing perfectly. And I hear that being part of the LP Army Discord is like the first step to passing bootcamp, because they share strategies there that easily help you generate 5%, as I found out after I failed. Which I'll talk more at the bootcamp session. Yes, another update from the team is that like we're actually in the middle of rolling out Total 2022 support. This is a long time coming, and we promised it a while ago, but we're in the final stages finally. It's gonna go live in a few hours, and we're just trying to give a bit more time for all our partners like Jupiter and the other like trading bots to migrate and update their versions before we deploy Token 2022. A quick shout out for the Meteora developer updates channel. If you are building with Meteora or using our technology in any way, please join this Telegram channel, t.me/Meteora_dev. This is the channel to know what's going on with our technology, be aware of breaking changes and things like that before we go live. So if you are using our technology, then see you there. Next. Yeah, big shout out to Mia for the hackathon bounty is live. So if you remember last week, we talked about building this blacklist of Kelso wallet addresses. What we did here is that we actually sponsored the Redacted Hackathon hosted by Helios, which is a hackathon that lets you like participate if you are on-chain analysts, to build dashboards and stuff. And you are basically paying out money to people who submit a list of addresses. And a big shout out to Baba Max and Rockchat, who will be acting as an independent form of verification. So if you submit a PR saying that this address is a child-related address or does some shady stuff, either us, the Meteora team, or Baba Maps or Rockchat can be people who approve, independently verify and approve it. And yeah, it's part of our initiatives. So thanks to big shout out to Mia for doing this, and the Helios team and Baba Maps and Rockchat. Let's go. Yeah. I think one side that's missing somehow is that big shout out to Heavy Metal Code for finishing the March boot camp. I hope other people pass, because what I did was that I said shit, I failed because I didn't manage to generate 5% returns, and then I think Mario, one of the other LP leads, was like, oh, if you had joined the LP, if you had paid attention to this LP Army Discord, you could have caught a few opportunities. And I'm like, damn it, but I'll try again in April, along everyone else who needs to try again in April. But yeah, wait, I think I'm missing one more side, but it's fine. Okay, but yeah, let's kick off the next section, which is revisiting our past convos. So Zen will be joining us for this section. Zen, you have anything to say? Say hi.
Hi, everybody. Yeah, we can just jump into it, right? So I think the first part is really about talking about the past couple of weeks, right? So yeah, first thing first is that yeah, we heard you, right? So as I mentioned, like the past couple of weeks have been all about listening, right? So we have been in the DMs, we have been on calls, in the attempt to pull feedback from every corner, right? So we laid everything out, we look at it honestly, and we had like really a lot of honest, real conversations within the team, right? And so, next is that with all this feedback, right, we put together what we felt was fair and workable path forward, right? So we actually came up with two proposals, right? One is to revise the LP stimulus, right, and the other is around team allocation, right. So we for the past 2 weeks we have been walking through the rationale for both, right, clearly and openly, right. And so while it's still a work in progress, we do believe that it sets a very solid foundation, right, for the path forward.
Yeah, I
And-
think these two proposals were written to address key concerns of the community, like the overextending LP stimulus plan and other like unknowns. So very glad that we did this process. How are you feeling about the past few weeks then?
Oh, it was not easy. It was quite stressful. To be honest. Yeah, because we had to be very we had to listen. We had to be very open with the challenges, the issues, and constantly listen, right, and gather feedback, right. So although we can't really incorporate everything, right, but we did our best to see how we can incorporate everything that we can, right, into the proposals. So yeah, basically it's where our listening, clarifying, adjusting, right. And but I would say that response from the committee so far has been pretty encouraging, I would say, right. So Ju, right, people are saying this feels fair now, or things like this, and that's the kind of shift we're hoping for. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think one thing to really note is that I think Mia also mentioned that to me before, is that it's important, right, that this is not the end, right. It's not. It's like although we really want to highlight the fact that we need to move forward, right, but behind the scenes we are still tracking how the stimulus, like the data, is playing out, and when it's time we'll come back with the data, right, and we'll just keep iterating from there. Yeah, iterating from there. Sorry.
Yeah, I think a quick shout out to like everybody who wrote like long, thoughtful messages and proposals to us on Discord on proposals of Meteora AG. Me and Zen and Mia, we pretty much read all of them, and we know that there's still a lot of key concerns out there, and I think all will be addressed in time, because a lot of the concerns, we have reached a point where like the remaining concerns are those that will be addressed in the final reads to TGE with data and discussions. So those will all be addressed then. But we just want to give a big shout out to everyone for participating in the past few weeks discussion. But yeah, let's go on.
Yes, so now it's time to move forward, right. So with all that said, I think it's important that we shift focus now, right, back to product, back to building, right, because that's actually what drives real progress, right. So just to reiterate, our goal has always been the same, right, to build world-class infrastructure for on-chain liquidity, right. So we are building for LPs, launch pads, and launches, right, and the very next phase is where it all comes together. Yeah. So here we want to, just before we move on, we just want to revisit the 3LP plan, right. So this is something that we've been talking about in the first couple of weeks, right. In fact, the first week, in the community call. So as we refocus, we are coming back to something core. This is really core to our mission, right? The 3LP strategy, right? Which is to really build world-class liquidity pools and systems, right? For liquidity providers, launch pads, and launchers. Because we believe that if really want on-chain launches to succeed, right, we really have to support all these three stakeholders, right? Because LPs need capital efficient and flexible ways to participate. Launch pads need strong tools they can build around, right? And projects need permissionless, customizable launch infra that adapts to them, right? The keyword is that adapts to them, right? Not the other way around, right? Anything to add? Okay. Okay.
I'm good. Yeah, sorry.
Okay, cool. So let me just talk a little bit about the elephant in the room. Right? So like launching a token, right, is kind of rough. It's kind of rough, right? So there are three key things that after working with the team as well as all the token teams as well as launch pads, right? There are three things that stood out to me, right? The first thing is that a lot of teams are still launching with setups that haven't really changed much since a long time ago, right? Like constant product pools. Those things were great back then, but then they were not designed for modern launch dynamics. Like they don't adapt to volatility, they don't deter snipers, and they give you almost zero control, right? Secondly, the current infrastructure is also kind of rigid, right? So a lot of the project teams are kind of forced into some cookie cutter format, right? That might not suit their needs at all, right? They can't really set custom price curve, they can't time or schedule fees, and there's no bot protection. And if they are not really well connected, right, there's also very little guidance, right? So you're basically left to figure things out on their own. The last point is really this is the part that is like after working with teams, right, that this one I hear over and over again, right, that there are a lot of like advisors, middlemen, right, they actually help to offer launch help, right, but from the outside it's pretty hard to tell who's legit and who's not, right? So like the point mentioned, right, it's like a dark forest, right? It's confusing, it's risky, and it's full of noise, right? And I don't think launchers should be like that, right? So that's why we care so much about building open permissionless tools, right? So that teams can launch confidently on their own, right? Without hidden deals or errors. Yeah. So basically these are the problems we are obsessing over and why we are really building the systems we are building now, right? And to be honest, sorry, go ahead.
Go on. Sorry, you first.
Oh no. So the last part I say that the last thing that is a little bit frustrating is that we know we have really built a lot of this incredible tech, right, to solve these problems, but it's currently a little bit too hidden, right? So a lot of people either don't know it's there or they haven't seen how it can help them, right? But that's not their fault, right? That's on us, right? So that's why we in this phase, right, the very first thing that we need to do is to fix that showcasing of what we can do and how it can help. Yeah. So Soju, you want to add on?
Yeah, so I was just gonna reiterate Zen's point. Like Meteora has this amazing suite of products and stuff, but not enough people know about. So that's why we are very happy today to be here to announce something we call launch.meteora.ag. Let me just quickly share my screen. Woo! Let me just switch it up real quick. Yeah. So Meteora has had a lot of different things that we built to help people win launches. So last few months a few months ago I was at Jupiter and I was part of their RLG team to launch things, and I worked very closely with Meteora team to help innovate these things. And today we are launching Meteora Launch Guide, which is a single page for everything you can do to launch on Meteora. So there are many ways to launch on Solana today, but it's not clear enough or accessible enough how or what to use. And the one that everyone knows is Pump.fun, which is the most cookie cutter templated way. So what Meteora is trying to do now is actually we're trying to build a lot of technology for launchpads to innovate around. So there's so many launchpads today that use Meteora's technology, such as Pump Science, GoFundMe, the Virtuous Launchpad, Bond Life, Moonshot, and Pin Sale and Flippan, and many more to come. And the one cool thing about these teams is that like they're actually all different. Like the way that Moonshot launches a token and the way that Flippan launches a token or Bond Life launches a token is actually very different. And that's because Meteora's suite is so comprehensive and so customizable that any launchpad team can come and innovate with us and design whatever they want. But not enough people know that, which is why today we have this page. Launch of Meteora.ag is a single page for you to know exactly what you can do with Meteora. For example, the DRM launch pool, which was publicized by Jupe, Trump, and Cloud and other teams, or DMM launch pools, which are used by teams like Virtuous, GoFundMe, or Moonshot as a launchpad, like technology used by launchpads. Or the state to earn mechanism, which is a very innovative mechanism to give token holders staking utility in day zero by using the trading fees from locked liquidity, which most meme coins have. We also show very clearly about additional customizations that you have, such as the Alpha Vault, where you can get your community front run bots by giving them the first buy using USDC or so, or our comprehensive fee suite, which has dynamic fees and fee schedule. Dynamic fees help you to like generate more trading fees in times of volatility by increasing the fees when markets are volatile. I think a lot of people who use DLMM are familiar with this, but what you don't know is it will actually be available on DMM too event soon. Another thing that we are currently working on is to allow you to collect fees in USDC or so. So right now, trading fees are accumulated in both sides of the token, but we're going to offer you the ability to accumulate them on only one side as well on an upcoming DMM upgrade. So we're going to keep building new things and better things, and they'll all be shipped here so that you will know and innovate with them.
Yeah, I also want to just add on a bit, right? So yeah, so basically you can imagine this is the one-stop shop, right? Where it's the home for everything we built to support launches, right? So the launch products, our tools, technical docs, right? So we want to make it as simple and seamless as possible for anybody to come here, right? Be it you're a developer or launchpad, right? If you want to know how to integrate, right, or to to build around our the different products, right? This is the place that you can come to, right? And there's another thing that we are looking to build is really a very simple UI, right? That lets anyone launch permissionlessly without writing a single code. So you can imagine for your, I think it's like LFG, right? So the DLMM, right? Someone can just go in there and set up a DLMM single-sided launch pool, right? Or they can set up a DAMM launch pool, right? And then they can configure alpha vaults, everything using our UI. So that is the eventual vision for this. So it actually caters for different stakeholders, right? Or different groups of people, right? Different needs, developers, launch partners, or someone who really just want to come here and just launch something easily. Yeah. So this will be just a starting point, right? So this is about this. So this is not a documentation page, that's what I'm saying, or it's not a sales page, or marketing page, right? But it's really a tool, right, or a foundation for us to build on top of. Yeah.
Yeah, and this allows us to keep everybody on the same page as well, because we're gonna keep innovating additional features, launches, and everything will be here. And if you are any stakeholder who wants to know anything related to launching a new token, there will be one simple page. And the best thing is like if someone asks HMC like how do you launch a token on Meteora, HMC can just send them this website, one page, which will hopefully make it a lot easier for all the LP army. Yeah.
Or if there's something additional, like you need something better instructions or a script, right, that to run certain thing, right, you can also suggest. We can also add it on there. Yeah. So okay, so yeah, let me touch upon this a bit. So as we open this site up, right, I also want to be super clear on what we do and don't do, right? So number one, right, I think moving forward in this phase, I think we won't be running any more private launches, right? So we won't be asking for contract addresses or any like inside information, right? And we also don't offer bespoke strategy, right, behind closed doors, right? And the reason we are doing this is because liability reasons, right? And furthermore, we are here really to focus on the tech, right? And we are here to build tools that are transparent, neutral, and permissionless, right? So that any team can launch on their own terms or work with trusted launchpads in the ecosystem. Yeah. So I just want to make this clear that this is the line that we are currently drawing. Yeah.
As part of this, we're gonna create a Discord channel in Discord as well called Launch Guide. So it's for this page, and we're gonna talk a lot about like stuff there. Talk about what we can improve, what can we add, how can we make it better, or just answer questions like how to use the Alpha Vault, how to set it up properly. So everything will be open and transparent there, and we hopefully that will help teams and help the RP army and users understand how these systems work, and also help teams understand how they work like together. So very excited to launch that when we launch this website as well.
Yeah, I think the keyword is transparent and neutral, right? So I think that's one thing that's very important for us, and so that's why I'm mentioning about these few points. But excited to see the next phase how it plans out.
Yeah, so in the next few weeks, you'll see us also ramp up very heavily about like educational content and like more information to spread the news. So now that we have one page, so that everyone is like literally on the same page, we're gonna keep talking about things on Twitter, such as like how does Alpha Vault work, how do you configure stuff, and then sort of build out this library of content. There'll be detailed case studies. Like I will be writing a case study myself about how the Jupe launch and the Cloud launch went, because I was the coordinator between the Jupiter team and the Cloud team and the Meteora. So, and we're gonna build up more use cases. For example, how GoFundMe uses Alpha Vault and Dynamic AMM to do their launchpad, and build this really strong repository of rapport of knowledge. One thing I was joking to Zen and Mir just now is that we might create like sort of a boot camp for launchers, just sort of to like bring people together and talk about how these strategies work, and like sort of run through how do you run the scripts or how to use the UI and stuff like that. Sort of like appealing to people who are looking to upskill their capabilities in using Meteora's technology. If you guys want to see that happen, please let me know, because I'm thinking of doing it and I need someone to force me to do it. And I think the really big thing about this page is like just spreading the word together. Yeah.
Yep. If you really think this direction matters, just help us spread the word. That's important.
So I think one thing I wanted to touch on here is that like we really want to use this opportunity to rally the LP army towards launchers for launch pads, because I think all of us can agree here that if Meteora is the center of like Solana token launches, everybody here wins. Because if people are always deploying long-term liquidity for meme coins on Meteora, this liquidity don't move, because like you're permanently locking on liquidity or burning it. So the liquidity usually stays with Meteora and constantly generates volume, and it's very, very sticky. We do this via the state to earn product or the liquidity lock mechanisms. Another thing that's very important to us is creating opportunities for the LP army. So I read the LP army Discord, and people are always like, oh, this is a new token and it's pretty hot and it's pretty NFA, but it might be pretty like not like legit and like not, it won't screw you over. And then every launch on Solana is sort of like an opportunity for the LP army to bootstrap liquidity, drive liquidity. Some things that me and my friends usually talk about is that when you launch a new token on Solana, it always starts off relying on like simple long range pools like Pump Fund or like Pump Swap or Radium. But as the token matures, it usually transitions towards you relying more on DRMM or CRMM liquidity, especially during the first few days of activity. So we really want to use this to create a lot of opportunities for the LP army to provide liquidity and bootstrap volume and help Meteora grow. And so having both sides will make this like the most important driver for Meteora's growth on Solana. And that's why we are here to like work with the entire LP army via this page, via content, to drive the growth of Meteora from both. It's like a two-pronged attack: getting new tokens launched on Solana and then providing liquidity for it. And yes, I see some jokes about passing my own LP army, and you are absolutely my own bootcamp. You're absolutely right. Excited to finally pass bootcamp. I'll pass the whole team as well. Yeah, so I think the simple goal here is to work with everybody, work with the entire LP to make Meteora the infrastructure there to power every launchpad or by retail liquidity for every token possible. Like we don't need to power the launches itself. We can just power the technology that others lose, or repower the teams launching directly. And the good thing is that we already have this very amazing network or very amazing ability to capture volume and liquidity using the retail LP army, and this would simply accelerate the effort. So we're very excited to like work with the LP army on it. Yeah. Zen, anything to add? Sorry.
Nope, I think you covered it. Yeah. So but that's the last thing, is that the important thing here is really about rallying everybody, right, towards this new phase, right? It's really about spreading the word, sharing the awesome technology we have, and then empowering the different stakeholders to really use our technology to power their own launches. So I think that is the important thing that we'll highlight, because we have really built a lot of innovation and great tech, right? It's just about how we spread the word, right? Or actually improve things, right? And help people to actually build on top of our current infrastructure. Yeah. So education is key, right, in this phase. So bootcamp, yes,
Yeah.
let's do it.
Yeah, bootcamp. I think I have to do it, man. Damn it. It was an idea
You really
myself.
you outed yourself, dude.
Yeah, I think it's good to someone force me to do it. But
It's good, it's good, it's
so
good, it's good. Yeah.
so it's time, right? It's time to accelerate the next phase of Meteora, and obviously the next phase of Meteora would involve accelerating the LP army as well. So I would like Mia to join us to talk about some ideas or some things about accelerating the LP army.
Yeah, hello everyone. I think we've reached a kind of point of maturity within the LP army, right? Where there are incredible initiatives that are already being driven by members of the LP army. And you can see some of these examples, right? Like the boot camp by HMC and like the great community tools that Alex has built, or even like the LP army community server that was created by Mario recently, which just crossed north of about 3,000 members in the server. So in just less than a month, by the way. So big congratulations to Mario. Actually, and on that note, Mario, do you want to share a bit more about what's been going on so far in the LP Army server?
Yeah, sure. I would love to. Let me just pull up my text here. So, as you said, we've been running for 26, 27 days now, and having 3,000 people, 3,400, I think now. And above all, a lot of them are active. It's not just numbers there. These people are actively contributing, and it really makes me happy to see how many people are actively working together and learning together, expanding their strategies, and in result, making more money. So we shaped this server the way that Goose DAO server was shaped, because as we all know, Goose was pretty amazing DAO, and it still is, but we have limited the spots there because it just didn't make sense at a large scale. The LP Army Discord is shaping into something that's going to be potentially even better than the Goose, just because of the sheer number of people who are contributing. And with the updates that we're adding based on community feedback, I think we really have the best community around at the moment. And the amount of money that these that our members are making is really surprising considering the market conditions at the moment. So if you're not a member yet, what are you waiting for?
That's an amazing plug right there. But yeah, exactly. That's how like the LP Army server has grown, and then that's how like other initiatives like the bootcamp has grown. And while we want to grow, we want to grow the LP Army, and to grow the LP Army, you also need more initiatives that will push for that growth. Makes sense, right? So what we want to start over the next few weeks is this cultivation of ideas. Just tell us your ideas. I really would love to see more ideas on community-driven initiatives, things like the bootcamp and the LP Army server. Any other idea that you have, just tell us, and I would love to help kickstart these initiatives as well. So be it things like the regional effort, or maybe more efforts on building more community tools on top of Meteora's products, or even as we were sharing earlier, like a bootcamp to understand the ins and outs of Meteora products so that you can help with token launches. That's also a good idea for like a community-driven initiative. And then Soju doesn't have to do it alone, right? So
please, someone do it.
exactly. More ideas, please. So how we'll start these discussions is that well, we have this Let's Grow Met section on proposals.meteora.ag. So just push out any ideas that you have, or if you want to do something, you want to get involved in the LP Army. If you don't know what to do, you want to be involved, but you don't know what initiatives you'd like to focus on, you can also like drop me a DM or drop any of our leads a DM. I mean, HMC and Mario, they've been in the community for a very long time. They also have like a very good idea on what possible gaps there are within the community and what things we can do to proceed to even grow and accelerate the LP Army even further. So yeah, with that, I really look forward to seeing everyone's ideas. And yeah, HMC or Mario, do you guys maybe have any other thoughts that you guys have here?
No, I mean, I think this is great. This highlights the fact that this is a community, and
it's it's not one-sided, right? This by the community for the community. We did this together. Always listen to new ideas, and that's how greatness comes about. I mean, we can try things, and if it works, great. If it doesn't, okay. The But you don't gain without trying. So I like it.
Exactly. Yeah. The key word here is to try, to experiment new things. So yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I agree with this. I think it's going to be great. We already have so many small, we can call it teams, like a group of people working together on something for the LP Army, and I think this will just bring us forward and really increase the quality and output of everything that we're doing.
Amazing. So see you guys in proposals.meteora.ag, and I hope to see more ideas there.
Yeah, I think we are at this interesting phase where, like, although some people say that the market isn't doing very well, but or like, Palm and Radiant is fighting, but actually, if you ask me, like, this is the phase for us to accelerate harder. Like, the team is going to ship even harder on like launching new launch kits and like technology for launch pads or the LP Army. I think we also want to promote that same like effort on the LP Army side by making people feel empowered to post ideas here. Mail will talk about them like in the next community call or following community call. We'll discuss ways to accelerate or help experimentation or help you guys like kickstart these ideas. And I think like generally like it's time for us to accelerate, not to slow down at all. Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, actually, this is the best time to build. This is the best time. This is the best time. Bear markets are always the best, right? We cannot wait until it's bull, right? By then bull, let other people start to catch up, right? Let people catch up.
Yeah.
But
We
this time to build, so
experiment in
that
the
we are ready.
bear. Sorry, Zen. Yeah, we experiment in the bear. We know what works, and when it's bull, it's all full speed ahead. Everything will be scaled up rapidly. We already know that bootcamp works. We know that other things like alpha session works. So we just need to develop this like toolkit for the alpha, but like this toolkit for the alpha army as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just quickly chime in on this because the market is not the best now. So if you guys want to contribute, if you were a part of Meteora, if you used it for the past few months when the market was, that when the market is good, you don't have that much time to contribute to the LP Army or to work on content. So now is the time to do that. If you're out of the market, spend some time with the LP Army, chat with us, maybe create some content or do whatever you're good at. Just contribute to us, and when the market gets better, we'll all make money together.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yeah, so as part of this, we just also want to take the time to do a nice LP Army spotlight. HMC.
Hey. Well, we wanted to make an announcement of adding our newest LP Army member, Mythical Potato. Just for clarity, I mean, we're talking about an honor, something that it's not. If you're asking how can I get this, then that's not really what it's about. This is about significant contributions to the LP Army. To me, it's a huge honor. Very few people get there, and it's about like what you're giving, you're growing. So it could be in the form of tools or content or all kinds of things. And Mythical Potato, he's been around for a bit. He's been providing lots of and Mario, if you want to, I think y'all made some slides here that y'all are running through.
Sorry.
But he's been providing a lot of like DJing calls and helping people and creating content and so forth. Mario, if you've got some things you want to spotlight here, go ahead.
Yeah, so basically when we created the LP Army Discord, Potato is one of the people who were contributing to Goose a lot, and I personally asked him if he was interested in becoming an alpha caller there, and I didn't think he would do this much for the community. I have to say that he is single-handedly feeding all of us in the LP Army Discord with his calls. The amount of calls, of good calls he makes is insane. I think he spends 20 hours per day in the trenches. So I think this role is long overdue, and I hope we will see more people stepping up and contributing like Potato, because he did it without any expectations. He does it for free. He doesn't get paid for it. He's just there for all of us and sharing with us. So I think we all need to follow his steps.
Yep, for sure. And I think it's important to point out is like, this is not about, bonuses, getting extra money for this. This is an honor, a recognition for those going above and beyond in providing. So it's kind of like a selfless service. You're giving back to the community. It's not about what you've earned for yourself personally.
Yeah, good stuff. I think we look forward to like sort of like creating more ways to feature or to spotlight the LP Army in different ways, whether it's honor roles, whether it's like talking about new initiatives or ideas, but to sort of as part of our goal to accelerate the LP Army. But thanks for this, guys. Yeah. Anyways, we are early for once, but that's all we had today. That's all, folks. This has been the Meteora Community Call number 4 in the new format. And I think we have lots of things to do over the next few weeks in accelerating and making Meteora the centerpiece of token launches on Solana, accelerating the LP Army to drive launches and liquidity for new tokens, and like just building a community of retail liquidity providers. And it's going to be an amazing Q2. Anyone else have anything to add?
I'll just the bootcamp update real quick. I pushed out the bootcamp trainee roles yesterday. I'm still working on the LP Army private, grading those forms. I had a personal thing come up, but I'm gonna get it done for you guys as soon as I can. It's time consuming. But we'll get there. And as just a reminder, we ended the NFT program. That's not happening anymore. Bootcamp was never meant as a thing to be. It doesn't grant you any kind of meta allocation. It's about the education and one we hope to grow. And I have some new ideas of my own. But we will always do boot camp for as long as it's needed. We will have one in April, at least one, if not more. I don't have a date set yet, but we'll get there here real soon. So Soju, you
I'll
will
try
always
again.
have an opportunity.
I will monitor what Meteora Potato says this time.
There you go.
That sounds like the perfect thing to do.
Yeah, and someone asked like where so I issue the roles in the Meteora Discord, and that's where the roles go, and then whenever in the LP Army Discord, you can that at least that our LP Army private role will transfer over. Mario, he can give you more details on that actual function, but that's how that works.
Yeah, so previously we used the NFTs, but that was pretty inconsistent. And with the removal of NFTs, we had to create a new solution. So Alex has coded a custom solution for us. So all of the roles you have on the Meteora Discord will transfer over. There's a separate channel there, and use the dedicated command for it, and the roles are issued automatically. Just a quick shout out to Alex. He coded this in like 1 hour during his lunch break. It's amazing. His coding skills always surprise me. So if you guys need some good tool coded, hit him up when he's on the lunch break. He can do it for the community.
Thank you, Triangle Lex.
Triangle Lex.
Yeah, he prefers that name, so call
Really?
him
Yeah.
Triangle Lights.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's A, right? Ah.
It's gonna be A when he gets a webcam. Until then, it's Triangle Lights.
Amazing.
Okay.
Final thoughts then?
We done?
No, but I'm pumped. You're pumped. I'm pumped. Let's build.
Oh.
Let's build. Let's go.
Let's build. Yeah, we are gonna go and ship the announcement tweet for launch of Meteora.ag right now, and we will see you there, guys. Thanks a lot for
Back to-
coming today. Thanks,
Yep.
guys.
Yeah.
Thanks.
See you guys.
See ya.